Hello, welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Here comes the latest updates. At a briefing meeting of Quarter 3 2020 held on September the 17th, Standing Deputy Secretary of Đồng Nai Provincial Party Committee Hồ Thanh Sơn put heavy emphasis on focusing efforts and striving to complete the resolution in 2020, in which the three important targets are budget revenue target, public investment capital disbursement, and party development target. Regarding the disbursement of public investment capital, the whole province had reached 55%. Regarding the project of Long Thanh International Airport, the province and Long Thanh district are working hard to complete as scheduled. Speaking at the conference, Deputy Secretary Hồ Thanh Sơn stressed that the standing and chief of the offices of the subordinate committees continue to review the tasks of the past 9 months and focus on directing and implementing important tasks of the fourth quarter of this year. Accordingly, the three important targets are budget revenue target, disbursement of public investment capital, and party development target. In particular, all levels of the party committee should focus on preparing and propagating before, during, and after the 11th Đồng Nai Party Congress of the term 2020-2025 toward the 13th National Party Congress. Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc recently signed to issue Decree number 109/2020 extending the time limit for special consumption tax payment for domestically manufactured and assembled cars. The government extended the tax payment deadline for special consumption tax payable arising in the tax period from March to October 2020 for domestically manufactured or assembled cars. Extension is counted from the days of expiration of the special consumption tax payment period in accordance with the law on tax administration. According to estimates of the Ministry of Finance, the extension of time limits for special consumption tax payment for domestically manufactured or assembled cars will reduce the state budget's revenue by about 2,200 billion Vietnam dong per month. However, the state budget's revenue for the whole year will not decrease because enterprises must pay to the state budgets before December 20th, 2020. On September the 17th in Hanoi, the Vietnam Energy and Technology Forum 2020, held by the Ministry of Science and Technology and the Ministry of Industry and Trade, took place. At the forum, according to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the goal of ensuring national energy security is facing many challenges. Therefore, Resolution number 55 was born, not only highlighting the important directions, principles, and goals to continue removing barriers, but also creating favorable conditions for all economic sectors, especially the private sector involved in the energy sector, with new mechanisms and policies, including the legal framework to guide development and ensure national energy security. In particular, the changing technology trends in the energy sector and its applicability in Vietnam also set new requirements that require businesses to improve internal capabilities for manufacturing industries and energy services, and to promote international cooperation to improve capacity for policymaking for sustainable development of energy sector in Vietnam. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro announced on September the 17th that he would not postpone the holding of parliamentary elections in early December at the request of EU and called on the bloc for a dialogue to improve the bilateral system. Speaking on national televisions, Mr. Maduro said that the EU's proposal to stop the forced election under the Venezuelan constitution is impossible, and urged the EU to think carefully about the bilateral relationship and to continue to promote the dialogue as the two sides have done until now. Mr. Maduro stressed that the EU cannot continue to stick to the scenario that the US President Donald Trump wants to put the regime change in Venezuela. Belarus President Alexander Lukashenko on September 17th announced that the country was forced to close its borders with the neighboring Poland and Lithuania and to increase its border control with neighboring Ukraine. Mr. Lukashenko's remarks came amidst a political crisis in Belarus following a controversial presidential elections that sparked large-scale protests. Mr. Lukashenko, who has been in power since 1994, is blamed by the West for the current unrest in Belarus. That's the end of the news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.